Coming up next on 13 ABC Action News at 5.
Following developing news out of Putnam County tonight, where a 17-year-old is charged with one crime after he led police to the bodies of two missing teens.
A couple young boys like that, it's you just don't think of it happening here in this area, honestly.
And the small community reacts to the deaths of those Putnam County boys.
Plus, the suspect in the case of the missing Cleveland women could face multiple murder charges.
A few areas seeing heavy rainfall, other areas seeing the sunshine. We'll make sense of that, have your evening forecast, and also talk more about the weekend as the cold air is soon to arrive.
First, we continue to follow that developing story out of Putnam County tonight. One teenager makes a court appearance today after talking with police. 3 teens were reported missing yesterday morning. One was found alive, but the 2 others were found dead outside the town of Ottawa. And today, 17-year-old Michael Aaron Fay appeared in court. Good evening, everyone. I'm Lee Conklin.
And I'm Diane Larson. The boys found dead are brothers, 17-year-old Blake Aaron Romez and 14-year-old Blaine Romez. 13 ABC has team coverage of this investigation.
13 ABC's Zach Pitts has reaction from community members and the boys' schools.
But first, Alexis Means following the story all day long and joins us live in Putnam County with the very latest from the courtroom. Alexis.
Well, 17-year-old Michael Fay pleaded not guilty in court this afternoon, in juvenile court that is. He is charged with only 1 count of grand theft at this point. Here's the 17-year-old entering the courtroom. He entered the courtroom with a black jacket over his head. His mother, Vicky, was by his side. He spoke in court very briefly. The judge asked him if he was Michael Fay. He responded, "Yes, sir." He is accused of stealing this silver Chevy HHR and driving to Columbus. Police are also investigating Fay's role in the alleged deaths of Blake and Blaine Romez. The sheriff says the 17-year-old told authorities where to find their bodies. One body was found on County Road 7 and the other body was found under the mobile home, according to a neighbor. Now again, at this point, Fay is only charged with grand theft.
We have some basis for the charge itself, which is that he had the vehicle without permission, and we have some sense as to why he was in Columbus and not here.
So you're just not.
But at this point, I'm not prepared to comment on it.
Now, the families involved in this case declined to comment, but as you heard the prosecutors say, they have some information about why he was in Columbus and why he went to Columbus. They are not ready to release that information just yet. But the prosecutor did tell me that additional charges, may be filed next week. Reporting live, Alexis Means, 13 ABC Action News.
The Amber Alert turned tragedy is turning heads all throughout Northwest Ohio and hitting those in the Ottawa County community hard. 13 ABC's Zach Pitts continues our team coverage.
There are still many unanswered questions, but one thing is certain. This close-knit community shaken by this tragic news, and now school leaders, they're left with the difficult task of explaining to students what happened. It's enough to rattle any community. Police finding the bodies of 14-year-old Blaine Romez and his 17-year-old brother Blake. Today, a village of nearly 4,500 people are mourning the loss of 2 of their own.
A couple young boys like that, it's you just don't think of it happening here in this area, honestly.
We go back to the trailer park today. Neighbors still in shock.
We grew up here. It's a close-knit community. You don't think of something like this happening here in Ottawa.
The 2 brothers were students at Ottawa Glandorf local schools. The superintendent tells us their teachers are helping the students cope with what he calls a tragedy.
That's one thing I'm very impressed with today is the attitude of the kids as they walk through the hallway. Obviously, it's a somber day here. They were very good students here and very well liked leaders in the high school and also at the 8th grade levels.
The district is offering counseling to students at both the high school and the elementary building. School leaders tell us 8th graders left yesterday for its class trip to Washington, D.C. It's the same trip younger brother Blaine would have gone on. Zach Pitts, 13 ABC, Action News.
And we'll continue to bring you the latest in this investigation, both on air and online at 13abc.com. You can also get the most updated information on Facebook and Twitter. And now we have a breaking news alert for you. Edgerton police are investigating a bank robbery that happened today. Investigators say a woman walked into the Hicksville bank and made off with an undisclosed amount of money. Now, they're not saying whether she had a weapon, but not long after that, police say she led them on a chase all the way into Indiana. Indiana State Police eventually caught up with her.
Turning now to the latest on the Cleveland kidnapping case, Ohio Attorney General Mike DeWine announcing today the initial results of DNA testing in connection with the kidnapping and rape suspect, Ariel Castro. Bureau of Criminal Investigation, BCI, confirming that Castro is the father of the 6-year-old girl of one of the kidnapping victims, Amanda Berry. The girl was also found in captivity and rescued earlier this year, or this week that is. The women who were kidnapped had several pregnancies and miscarriages. DeWine says they could seek the death penalty against Castro for allegedly killing his victims' fetuses.
And Ohio law provides that if the unborn child is killed, that can qualify for aggravated murder under Ohio law.
And Castro is being held tonight on kidnapping and rape charges. His bail was set yesterday at $8 million. Michelle Knight, the third woman held in captivity, she was released from the hospital earlier today.
Findlay police have found a vehicle matching the description of 4 reports of luring or enticement. Police say this is where the 4 incidents happened. Investigators say 4 times a man offered people the chance to see his dog if they got in his car. Police found 2 men, 1 woman, and a puppy in the car. The victims included children, teenagers, and older adults.
Some shops over at Spring Meadows in Holland are closed because of a power outage. Store employees weren't able to tell us what caused the outage. Now, the same thing happened at the shopping center just a few weeks ago. We were unable to reach Toledo Edison for comment. So if you're headed out to a particular store, you may want to call ahead to see if they're open. All right, turning now to the weather. Actually not bad today. We saw some sun and more of a tropical feel, and some people got some rain.
Yeah, but change is in the offing, and Jay Birchback has more on that in our First Warning Forecast Center. Jay.
Most of our rain in Toledo came overnight, pre-dawn, and now the rain is really picking up for areas to our south and to our east. Here's live Doppler 13,000 HD. So really where it's raining now, it'll continue for the next couple of hours, and where it's not, you are pretty much done with the rain. So from about Oak Harbor through BG, through Ottawa, into Van Wert, these areas near and north of the Maumee River look mainly dry for the evening, maybe a sprinkle, but heavier rain near Findlay, approaching Tiffin, Fremont, Port Clinton. Those areas of rain continue to move off to the northeast. So kind of a half and half situation as we mentioned last night. Here's the evening hourcast for you. 62 degrees there at 7, 53 at 9, and dropping quickly by 11 into the upper 40s. Unlike last night, when it was warm, muggy, humid, we're going to really feel the chill move in throughout the evening as some colder air moves in as the rain moves out. And the weather story, that calls for some weekend showers. The possibility continues for perhaps now both days for a few areas. Frost and freeze conditions on the way on the heels of the chance of rain. And beyond that, W and W, warmer and wetter weather. Maybe 3 W's there. We'll update Predictor. Have your 7-day coming up. Stay with us.
All right, Jay, thank you. Well, thousands of people will pack into Levish Commons tomorrow, no matter the weather, to finish the fight against breast cancer. It is the American Cancer Society's Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk. 13 ABC is a proud sponsor. Registration starts at 8:30 tomorrow morning. Opening ceremony set for 9. The walk begins at 9:30. It has grown by some 1,000 people every year. This year, organizers are hoping for about 7,000 participants.
It has been nearly 3 years since tornadoes ripped through northwest Ohio and southeast Michigan, leaving a path of destruction and killing 7 people. 3 of the victims were members of the Walters family who lived in Millbury. The daughter, Maddie, is the only one who survived, and she'll join other loved ones in a special race to remember Mary, Ryan, and Hayden Walters. The upcoming 5K is also an opportunity to thank the community for all of the help in the aftermath.
This was a sad occasion 3 years ago, but it doesn't stay sad for us. You know, we miss them. We miss Mary, we miss Ryan, we miss Hayden, but I guess participating in the race gives us a chance to see just how good our God is.
What do you like about it?
I like to eat the donuts, and I like to run.
13 ABC's Christine Long will share their story in a special report you'll only see on 13 ABC Action News tonight at 6.
And happening right now, nurses from ProMedica washing cars to help out one of their own. Car wash is free, but they're accepting donations. Proceeds are going to benefit a nurse who was paralyzed over the winter.
So we're trying to raise money out here today to help her get some of the things that she needs for home, like a wheelchair accessible van, any ramps and stuff that she needs installed.
And the car wash goes until 8 o'clock tonight at the Village Inn, just down the street from Flower Hospital. Well, horror stories all too often, women falling victim to domestic violence.
One group is raising awareness and stepping up for victims and their families.
And our I-Team Consumer Alert tonight, embezzlement scams, what to watch out for to protect your livelihood.
This
is 13 ABC Action News with Diane Larson and Lee Conklin.